Antes del estreno de Skeleton Crew, la nueva serie de Star Wars, hablé con sus dos showrunners respecto a qué esperar de esta producción, cuáles eran sus influencias y si había o no algún tipo de conexión, por ejemplo, con el universo de Marvel. Mira.
We now return to Mira Akien and Contre with our latest interview.
So tell me about that, like the very first impression or the very first reaction you had when that email or whatever way they contacted you got through and you were a part of the Star Wars universe.
I guess I probably called you,
Yeah.
and I said it's really happening, and you didn't believe me.
Yeah, I was in denial until basically we were in production.
And
Is this
even
really
then,
happening?
Yeah, even then when we were shooting, Ford was always like, "Yeah, but someone's gonna come and tell us that we have to stop doing this. Like, this isn't really happening, is it?" Yeah, it was kind of like, I think only now in this very moment is it sinking in that we actually got to make a whole Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw the episode, so like I know that this happened for real. And
Yeah, you can confirm that we actually this is real and we're not dreaming.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
Star Wars is a show or like a world for the whole family, and maybe we can say that it's even for kids, like or for the kids we have inside. And I think it's the first time we have like a kids shows with kids that are like the main characters. So how was like thinking of that and giving it shape?
Yeah, I think it was fun for us because it gives you a new perspective on the Star Wars galaxy if you're seeing it through the eyes of a group of 10-year-old kids. I mean, we always thought that this isn't a kid's show. It's still a grown-up show that can sit next to all the other Star Wars TV shows and movies that have been made, but it just happens to star for 10-year-old kids. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that the stakes are real, that it still feels dangerous.
And the fact that they're kids makes it kind of even more dangerous.
Yeah.
And for them to get around and survive in the galaxy is even harder than it would be for, Han Solo.
Yeah. Because they don't know, like, for instance, in the first episode, they didn't know what they are, like, touching in the...
Yeah, exactly.
So
like
everything is new for them.
Everything is new. They don't know how to do anything, and that, raises the stakes in a really interesting way that we've never really seen before.
What do you think it is? Don't touch anything.
In terms of, like, the timeline of Star Wars, this is between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So there's, like an atmosphere of hope, like everything is good. So how was like
sort of? I mean,
yeah, the Empire is gone, but at that time period, the New Republic, as we've seen in some of the other shows, is kind of struggling to kind of come into its own and relive the glory days of the Old Republic. So we picked this time period partially because it was a good place for kids to get lost and not really have anyone to help them and run into pirates.
Yeah, there's like a rebuilding that's happening, and it still feels like a little bit chaotic and lawless, and it kind of seems like the most dangerous time, honestly, for a group of kids to get lost in the galaxy. It's funny because the research is just like, let's go play some of the games. Or Ford was always referencing stuff from the role-playing game. Like there's
get these great books that are just full of so many creative details and things to pull from, and obviously all the what are they called? Like the books of all the ship schematics and all of those.
Yeah, there's so much great Star Wars material out there. Like it was always an excuse to like not work. To like go, like, well, I gotta go watch a movie again,
Yeah.
It's pretty fun when it comes to research.
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast!
And in terms of the cameos, like you work with many stars, so did you think of anyone in particular to maybe have a guest post in this show? I won't say Tom Holland, but I'm gonna say Tom Holland. Did you think of him like maybe to have him on the show?
There's a couple fun little voice cameos that we snuck in, called in a couple of favors.
Okay.
On my end, yeah.
Yeah. Sinister favors.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it. I guess you've seen 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So there's one
There's one in episode 3.
There's one in episode 3 that's a fun one.
Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
Well, I think what we had, which was really special, was like our producers were Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And I've now known Favreau for such a long time from being in the Spider-Man movies. And he's made so much Star Wars material with The Mandalorian. Like, he was always there if we needed any help. But, you know, he just really, him and Dave felt like a big safety net underneath us. So we never felt like we would fall if we made a mistake.
Yeah. And what about the other way around? Because I want to mention Spider-Man 4. Did, like, David Cretton called you, like, or talk with you about what's coming for this feature?
You know what I'm so excited about? I'm so excited about going to see the next Spider-Man movie just purely as a fan again, you know, and like not really knowing what's going to happen, and just being able to enjoy it the way I did before.
The way we enjoy them. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I get to be normal again.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
We created the show, so we really hope people like it, and we'd love to, you know, see what happens, the further adventures of the Skeleton Crew. So hopefully we're not done telling these stories yet.
Okay, yeah. So the possibility of a second season is like in the tail, like you're discussing that. Like you have a few ideas.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure this season, or the first season of Skeleton Crew, is like its own little self-contained story, but it definitely leaves the door open to, you know, tell more.
Yeah, and with these characters in particular, they're going to grow up. So there's kind of already what's that going to be like for them?
Yeah, I think it would be fun to watch, you know, them grow up and see where they find their place in the larger galaxy as well. We also think about like how fun it was in Harry Potter to watch the kids grow up and see, you know, where they end up. I think that's another good one.
But that's a plan, a 10-year plan, I think. So maybe
we got to hurry up.
No.
Yeah, we got to start shooting.